How you doing?
Look at you training at, what time was that, 11:15 last night?
Yeah, train wherever you can, you know.
I hear you.
My guys got in late.
Okay, now let's go on record here. Your first name is spelled Y-V-E-S. Isn't it pronounced Yves though?
Yeah, the S is silent.
See, I'm the only guy that gets that right. Even Dana White. I'm like, Dana. He goes, what are you doing? I go, oh, I just went and saw Yves train. And he goes, Yves? I said, no, Yves. See, I got to pimp slap our UFC president, man.
You should. No, I'm just kidding. I take that. But, you know, everybody reads it the way it's spelled. And I say it like that. But the S is silent. It's French. First of all, my name is Yves, and it's French.
Thank you.
So I definitely have to not.
Drop the S, people. It is Yves, not Yves. I'm the only guy on the planet that gets it right, man. Come on, people. Yves Edwards. Thank you. Does it drive you crazy after all this time?
Not really, because it's something a lot of people don't know, but until I was 17 years old, I called myself Yves.
So you screwed it up. It's your fault.
I screwed it up really bad. I didn't find out until I was 17. So.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that work? How come you didn't find out until you were 17?
Well, I mean, I lived in the Bahamas. It was named after my auntie Bet. Every time they said my name, like someone would ask Yves, like Adam and Eve, and they'd say no, Yves, like Yves Saint Laurent. So it sounded like Yves Saint, you know what I mean? So I've always thought it was Yves. I've thought it was Yves until I saw Johnny Ontario fight, and it's Jean Yves, and his name is spelled exactly the same way.
Okay. So you found out from watching somebody else.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yves Edwards joins us right now. By the way, when you go on the Tampa show, set them straight. Don't let these guys talk to you like that, man. Hey, tell me about this fight. You're fighting a guy named Eddie Ruiz. The big talk right now is this guy cuts a billion pounds. He walks around at 185. He cuts to 155. People are going to say, can he do it with that strength? Well, I say, hey, Rich Clemente does that to an extent, right?
Yeah, Clemente is a pretty big guy. I mean, he was strong and whatnot, but it just didn't seem to last. Ruiz doesn't really look that big. You know what I mean? If he's coming down from 185, he must be eating like cakes and cookies and candies and all kinds of garbage. But I don't know. You know, I'm not too worried about it. I know he's going to be strong. He's going to have that muscle maturity, you know, that old men have. But it's going to be all right. I'll be able to deal with it. I know he won't be able to hang with my pace for 15 minutes, but it won't go that long.
Dude, I'm watching you train last night, man. Like I said, it's like 11:15. I'm watching you. The thing that impressed me most, man, I'll watch you on the ground. You're working so hard. Your ground game is just. I mean, I remember watching you at UFC 33. That was your first UFC, right?
Yeah, it was.
I watched you train back then, training for Sarah, and I watch you now. I mean, dude, talk about the evolution of your ground game.
Man, I just got good people to train with now, you know. I'm more confident in my striking, so I'm not afraid to hit the ground because I know I'll defend a submission, and when I get back up, somebody's going to pay. And so I have also been working with some really good ground guys like Tim Prater, Travis Cook, Carlo Prater. You know, those guys are really good on the ground, so they push me to new levels. And we were talking last night. Prater was saying, man, when your ground game gets up to where your hands are, you're going to be sick. And by then, I won't even have to worry about my takedown defense. So, you know, I'm just waiting for that day to come.
Here's a good question from the live fighter chat. Ivan wants to know about your opponent, Eddie Ruiz. He asked, does he have any business belonging in the UFC at 1-0 in MMA?
Well, you know, you can ask that question, and I couldn't give you a definite answer because, you know, there's some people that think, well, he's only getting in because he's friends with Tanks or whatever, and that may be true, but then at the same time, I mean, BJ came to the UFC with a 1-0 record in MMA, and look at who I'm talking about. I'm talking about BJ Penn, so, you know what I mean?
No, you're right, man. That's the bottom line, man. That's the bottom line. Man, Randy's sticking his big head in here, man. We got videotape rolling, man. Randy, you got like what, a 2-minute commercial? You guys take commercials, man? Jeez, I got 3 commercials I bumped. Yeah, I make money. I see your question coming. It's okay. I do have sponsors, all right? So back up. Get out of here, Harris, man. Look at him trying to jump in here.
Who is the porn palace, dude?
Oh, that is. Hey, it doesn't matter, man. Even if it's a porn sponsor, those are the best kind, all right? I make money off it. It doesn't matter. That's it. It doesn't matter, man.
Free passwords.
It's all good. Free passwords, and you wait, man. Span your nose because he's got 5 of them. 5 credit cards lined up. That's how he spends all his money. Yves Edwards joins us. Hey, it's Yves Edwards joins us live on the radio. So make sure you guys have that right when you bring him on your show. What do you see in this fight, man? Lots of guys replay the fight over and over in their head. What do you see in this fight?
You know, I do that every time, but I never see how it ends. I just never see my opponent being able to do anything to me. So I just see myself dominating the whole time through. I play fights in my head every time I'm preparing for one, and it never ends, you know, which is good because I always stay focused. I never see me knocking out my opponent, choking him out, whatever. I just see myself dominating, and the fight never seems to end in one. So I just, however it ends, it's just going to come. But as far as everything else, I'm just going to dominate the whole time.
You know what? That's what's crazy, man. Is, you know, I mean, you've been knocking people out. You choke out your last opponent. Right now, I think your last 5 or 6 fights, you finished them. You know, bottom line, you're finishing guys. You're knocking them out. What's been the difference to even the earlier UFCs where you were going to decision? Decisions
suck. And I don't know. I just don't put faith in anybody else. You know, it's up to me, and I got to make my statement. I can't wait and let somebody else say, okay, I think this guy won or this guy won. Nah, I'm gonna make it happen.
Definitely. What do you expect? I mean, I know a lot of guys don't like to make predictions, but I mean, what do you see, man?
Honestly, I just see me dominating. I thought about it. I guess this would be the best way to put it.
And our brand new corporate sponsor, MMAWeekly.com.
Can you hear these clowns over here just screaming? Yeah, thank you.
Check momentarily.
Right, check's on the way over there. We got dueling radio shows right now. We're just battling. We're battling. These guys are like sitting like 2 feet away from us, so we can smell their BO over here. It's killing me. It's killing me. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you out there.
No, it's cool.
Who's feeding us?
I was just thinking about it, and I've been thinking about this guy, and I read some of what his interview on your show was like, and he's talking about the Who Kicks Harder game and all this other stuff, and it led me to write a poem about Eddie Ruiz. Want to hear it?
Go ahead. Break it up.
This is how it goes. I throw my blows and I'll go for weeks. Ruiz is a freak. He knows he's weak. He should hold his speech. I roll with beats to control you peeps and hold that geek in the seat so I can show you feats that's amazing. That'll amuse and astound. My stuff's blazing. I'll leave a freaking bruise in the ground. Now who's in your town? And who the hell is using this clown? He wants to smile. But see, he's choosing to frown because he's losing the round. Not 10-9, but 10-1. The odds of him beating me is like 10 to none. I'll bend him, son. Then for fun, I'll lend him a gun. With no bullets in it, but I'll send him some. Man, he's dumb. He believed that he deserves to lose. That's why I come through and then I serve this fool. You heard the news. He battled me. He battles the best. You want to battle me, punk? You better saddle your chest with something to protect. Some type of strike-proof vest. Because when they close the fence, then I'll strike you next. You must just be in it to finish. You can't be in it to win it because you're done in a minute. And when you're done and diminished, and I'm like Popeye on spinach, we'll play the Who Kicks Harder game. Your freaking father will feel it. Don't even bother to try. You don't bother this guy. But if you bother, then you ought to tell your daughter goodbye. Because when I slaughter this guy, his freaking mother will cry. Then I'll send it to Ryan Bennett and he'll report that you died.
Yo. Allow me to play if I may. I'm ready to start showing my will. Okay, they call me the Hitman. I got more hits than Dr. Dre. All right, whatever. There you go. I got severe case of Caucasian, as we say. Nice job, dude. Look at that. And no, we didn't have any notes, man. My man's just going freestyle on you. Bam. How you like that? God, I had a good question. Oh yeah, your shorts. Those are everyone wants to know, dude. How did you come up with the shorts?
I don't know. You know, everybody has like. Everybody has silly. Well, some guys have some cool stuff on their shorts. You know, some guys got tap out, some guys got punishment, stuff like that. Then you go over to Japan, you got like Diet Butcher. They got like all kinds of crap on their shorts. I just wanted to have something that like represents me. I'm always happy, you know. I love fighting. I call them my happy pants. I love fighting. I'm the most relaxed when I'm in a ring or in a cage when I'm training. So that's where I want to be. That's what makes me smile. I sit back and watch it. People might think it's offensive. Some people might like it. It doesn't matter, you know. It's me and it's what I do.
And the coolest part is the gear you're gonna be representing when you go into the ring. Talk about the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, man. I found this one site that's really cool, and I'm wearing the shirt that represents probably the best mixed martial art, definitely the best mixed martial arts site in the world, which is MMAWeekly.com. I'll be representing, you know, for the posse and the homies back.
All right. See, that's what my man's taking care of me. He'll be walking out there, but I'm sure he'll wear what he wins, and that's a little shout out. This is the thing about the show, man. See, by the way, right now it's so fun. We have archives. I know, man. Everybody's Ryan, worst rapper ever. Come on, man. Yeah, I know I got severe case of Caucasian, but come on, man. Break off a little something for you people. I'm representing. Man, happy pants. See, this is what I got to deal with, man. These guys on the live fighter chat with their nice comments. Happy pants rule. Okay, don't even go there, people. Joe McCarthy talking about woman-on-woman fights, and then bam, the whole show went to hell after that. Finally, do you see this as a KO or submission victory for you tonight?
Didn't we have this discussion?
Or tomorrow?
I see every fight as a knockout. I don't like submitting people because I don't like rolling on the ground with half-naked, sweaty guys. But that's just me. If the submission's there, I'll take it. It's not my game plan. Anytime I go out, I got to beat somebody up, and if they can't stand it, they're going to sleep.
I'm not going to ask him if it's going to distract people having happy pants on during the fight, you clowns. Look at these people. That's what I got to deal with, man. Ask him if he thinks it might distract him to have happy pants on during the fight. See my crew? See what I got to deal with every day when I do this radio show? These clowns. Bob Sapp fam sitting right here, man. I tell you. I know I'm the worst rapper ever. Hey, real quick, what are you going to weigh in at?
For our trip to Yankee Stadium.
Wow, I'll probably weigh in at about $153, $154. With a donut in my hand. Something like that. You know what I mean? But
you don't cut much weight, do you?
Actually, I do. I come down from like 168.
Really?
But it's real easy for me. First of all, I live in Texas, so at home I lose the weight pretty quick because it's hot and it's humid. So I sweat it out, and just the heat down there keeps your metabolism so high while you're working out. And then I just eat right, get down, wait, and as soon as we're done, you see me at the rules meetings, you know. I got the biggest plate. I think the only person, it's funny because the only person whose plate that can compare to mine is like BJ, and we're like two of the smallest guys in the show. So, I don't know, I don't cut too much weight. I will come in underweight, but when it's fight time, I'll probably be back up to about 64, 65.
Here's the odds. Latest odds, minus 1,500. You're the favorite. I mean, that's insane odds. I mean, I know you don't look at it, but still, for the odds makers to have you is such a. This is the thing, and you're sitting next to me, and we're boys and everything, but here's my perspective. Any fight, if you're minus 1,500 and the guy you're fighting, well, I think you should be the heavy advantage. It's almost smart to throw $100 on this guy because in the fight game, anything can happen.
Yeah, and it's cool, you know. It's like we got here, and of course, Zuffa they take pretty good care of their fighters. So you know, they give us per diem money to eat, and I just couldn't resist those odds. I had to put a couple $100 on Ruiz myself. Yeah, but it sucks because now I know I lost some money, but whatever.
Yeah, wait till they hear that. We're playing. We don't want to keep strong, man. Don't be breaking that stuff. He says it with a serious face. Real quick.
That's your deal.
Your future, man, is so bright. You're knocking guys out. You're getting submissions. You're moving your way right up that 155 division. What now, man? After this fight, if you get the win, you get the knockout, you get the submission.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm like every other fighter out there, especially any fighter that has a loss. It's probably like 2 or 3 guys right now undefeated. But just like everybody else, I want a rematch with those 2 guys. I want a rematch with Uno. I want a rematch with Matt Serra. Those guys are good. They're real fighters, and those are the guys that you need to beat. And then behind that, I want to fight whoever gets the title. And I think it's going to be BJ. And BJ's one of the best fighters in the world, you know. He's a guy that I look up to, a guy that I admire a lot, and a guy that I would really like to fight. So I want him to grab that belt so I can work my way towards that.
The Tampa Bay radio station would like you right now. It's too bad to be here with us another 45 minutes. Real quick, here's another question. Would you like to fight Dean Thomas?
I would definitely like to fight Dean. Dean is a good fighter in his own right. And I don't know, those are the fights that put you on the path to get to that title shot. And that's what I want. I want to get to that title shot, and I want to win that title, and I want to hold it until I'm done. I'm not going to walk away from it. I'm not going to let anybody take it from me. It's going to be mine. It's going to be in my house, under my bed, every day for the rest of my life.
Dude, nice job on BET. How cool was that to see that? I mean, you could call anybody in the States and say, dude, turn on BET and check me out on mine. How cool was that?
That was really nice, and they seemed to, you know, they just presented the sport. There was no no sleight of hand, none of that stuff.
Right.
They just let it go. They just showed what it was and what it was all about. And I really appreciate that. We don't get that very often, you know. We get a lot of reporters and a lot of television stations coming in to fighters, and they want to report about fights, and everybody's like, cool, I want to be on TV, and this is going to help the sport. And then they flip it on us and try to make us look like barbarians. But BET just presented the sport for what it was, and I really like that. They have a wide audience, and I think that's going to turn some new people onto the sport, you know, and shows like this, cards like this one with a bunch of exciting fighters and a bunch of exciting fights, we're going to get some new fans from this show just because of stuff like what BET did for us and other shows like that. So I really appreciate that, and I think it helps a lot.
Okay, now Yves, you know, a lot of ladies think, you know, you're a good-looking guy. What's this scar right here, man? Who got you? Who got you in the front here, man?
Oh, man.
An axe or what? I can't imagine anybody hitting you doing that damage.
One time at band camp. No, I was 5 years old, and my mom was taking my babysitter home, and we were in a convertible. In the Bahamas, we don't have at least back then, we didn't have the strict traffic laws that we have now. And it was a convertible, and I was sitting on the back of it. Somebody didn't stop at a stop sign, and I went through the windshield. So I was out for like 10 days, and I got 32 stitches down.
Oh. And then, as a 5-year-old, said, just sew it up, tough it out, you know, just sew it up, put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, they wanted to put stitches in me. I hated that, you know. I screamed, and it took 4. And I mean, I know I was little, but these were big, fat. I mean, you know, black ladies are strong, especially big, fat black ladies, super strong. And I was 4 years old. It took 4 of them, plus my mom and a doctor to hold me down and give me shots. So, just painkillers. But, you know, it was something. It's something I don't regret. It's a part of me now. A lot of people don't notice it for a while, but it's a part of who I am.
I was gonna say, I've seen a lot of your fights. I was like, I don't know who could do that kind of damage. Somebody must have came with you an axe, man. I don't know who could do that. What's been your toughest fight?
Toughest fight, man. It's kind of hard to say because every time I fight, when it's done, and it's hard to remember some of the things that happen. Then I watch fights, and I'm like watching fights, and it's like I'm not watching myself. You know what I mean? When I fight, the fight just comes to me. It's not something I think about. So at the same time, my mind is in a whole different place. I can't tell who's the toughest fight. Some of the toughest opponents that I've had in preparing for them would have to be Uno. The second time I fought Riley, and shoot, I think that would be it right now.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense, man. Well, hey, you got to run over to the Tampa show, man. I'm gonna let you go over to that other station. And by the way, fans, you get to check out the new MMA Weekly T-shirts when my man makes the walk. Man. He will be representing. We wish you nothing but the best, bro.
Hey, thanks.
Get him again, man.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna represent for Texas MMA Weekly. And everybody out there loves the happy pants.
Yeah. It's all about the happy pants, bro. Here, look, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.